Hey everyone, good morning. It's Dave. And Bo, should introduce her as well. But this is the debris I got from pruning the magnolia this week. This week, of course, if you were with me in last week's video, I told you that there was a big storm coming in, and sure enough, it rained a couple inches here in Southern California. So in between downpours, I got out and pruned this Magnolia Soulangeana. It is my favorite plant in the yard, and it's all done now. So I feel very accomplished. This, by the way, is a diosma tree. It's actually a diosma bush, trained up as a tree. Again, one of the more favorite plants in the yard, and it will have a tremendous amount of blooms on it. This will be all pink blooms in just a short while. So I'll take you around this way for the yard. That is Lucky, the dog next door. We've got all the tree roses pruned back, and the lavender set to go with a lot of blooms as well. It's filled out really nicely over the winter time. We've got more of the leucosium blooms coming in. This is called various things, but leucosium is the botanical name. It's a fairly pricey bulb, but it is an absolutely beautiful flower and wonderful performer in an area where we don't get the normal lily of the valley to grow here. So instead, we have this. Sometimes it's called snowdrop as well, I've heard it. But one of the cooler bulbs, we do have some oxalis there coming up through the diamondia. Shasta daisies in the back. And every time I pass this bed in our videos, it's like I need to put more time into this bed. I just haven't yet. It's been so busy this winter trying to resurrect the rose garden and get that all nice and cool. The empty pond bed and the shrub that still needs pruning, the ligustrum. Feel like I'm running my own nursery here because each week there's just more and more plants that need to be planted. Banana shrub, hopefully going to get that planted in the ground today, and picked up a scaviola as well. That's that flower there. And also a really cool dwarf sweet pea bush. Last week I picked up the osmanthus, blatilla, some really cool grasses. I did pick up this week some double Shasta daisies and a really cool carnation. Heliotrope in the back along with Bo, and also some fairy primrose. And we've also got the pansies and foxglove that still haven't been planted. So now we'll go into the rose garden. I do need to prune this back, and this is one of those things that needs to be done this week because it wasn't done last year, and I'm so worried that I'm gonna forget it once again. Not forget it, but just run out of time because it's already the end of the first week of January, and you know, realistically, there's only so much you can do during the winter time while these plants are dormant. And once these plants leaf out as well, we'll go through the different varieties of roses. You can see I did more work in the back here, and also totally cut the Fuji Apple tree down to pretty much the stump. I have a little bit of branch there to give me some leverage for taking it out that will be replaced by the crabapple tree. We got the taxus or yew in the back, and then this is where we are now with this really large planter bed. So we've got, of course, more pansies here and comprosma or mirror plant. Every time you see a stake like this, I've got some lily bulbs, particularly oriental lilies, underneath them. And the name of the lily will be on the back there. So I won't have to remember which lilies those are. I got the mugo pine planted, really happy about that. And back here we've got some really cool hollyhocks. The berberis have finished losing their leaves. That's what those are there. More of the violas. And everything is still pretty dormant. We're supposed to have some more rain off and on this week, but I do want to get the rest of this, as we look back to the yard, the rest of this brickwork done. I really want to finish that this week, and I think I'll have enough time, and I just have to go and get the bricks to do that. I've been really happy with how the foxglove have done. You know, they've only been in the ground a few weeks, and they're already moving from color pack size on up to 4-inch size. So they've been growing fantastic. Look at all those blooms on that viola. It's just packed with color, which is fantastic. But one thing I have noticed on some of these violas, they're getting eaten. And usually when you see damage like this, it's because of rat or mice damage, and saw that in the nursery all the time. But here, you know, it's like, I've got a cat, you know, it's just not doing its job. What's going on? So over here as well, we've got a rose. This is called Heather. It is Heaven, and it is a pink rose, and it is already leafing out for the year, which is really cool. The Iris Nata is doing wonderful as well. And that is the end of the rose garden. So still a lot of stuff to do. We were supposed to have like the storm of the century, like 2 to 3 inches of rain. We did get 2 inches of rain over a period of about a week. So everything's really well watered. There just is a lot of work to do. So I will see you next Saturday with another video.